rolling into the second hour on a Thursday. This is Lock and Load. The number to get in, 1-800-313-9443. Now, I told you guys how I've been invited by some current active duty Spec Ops guys to come down and reacquaint myself with ground warfare. So to that end, what I've started doing is I've started working out and I've started dieting. And I'm very pleased with what's happening. I've lost a fair amount of weight. My stamina has increased. I've regained some flexibility. And that's stupendous. That's great. I look better in a shirt. One issue I saw, though, that no matter how much weight I lose and no matter how much of a, if I get to looking like a bodybuilder, that I noticed, though, is that I have a couple of joint issues from injury, which is augmented by age. For all I know, I have arthritis. I don't know. I've never been diagnosed with it, but it hurts. In the past, when I've gotten on the floor to play with the dogs, when I'm getting up, I look like I was 70. Help me! Help me! So I put some feelers out, and I was trying to find some sort of therapy or apparatus or some apparatus therapy or something else to find a way to rehab specifically my left knee, but my right knee has suffered because of my left knee, okay, over time. Tore every ligament I had in my left knee when I was in the third grade, and it's been downhill ever since. And I don't remember, how old are you when you're in the third grade? 8, 9? So for the past 44 years, I've been dealing with knee pain. I had to deal with it in the military. I had to deal with it as a kickboxer. I had to deal with it as a delivery driver. I have to deal with it as a radio guy because I get up in and out of a chair. So then I found this new company, okay? I like innovators. In the gun industry, I like the innovators. I found this new company that has this new thing out. I've got it right here. This is called a Willow. It is for those of you that don't have that aren't watching the radio show, this is a curved apparatus, okay? It has a strap where I can secure it to any joint that I'm trying to treat with it. On the inside of it, it has what looks like the inside of a tanning bed, except within this, there's a bunch of little square contact points that actually make contact with you. You strap this on, you turn it on. It has, I think, 5 modes of functioning, which with me, I put it in the chronic mode. I got it. I read up on it. I actually got to speak to the people that developed it, the doctor and everything. I didn't want details as to the technology as to how it works. I just wanted details as to how to operate it. The details as to how it works, that's going to be something for them to maybe tell. So I tried it last night. I tried it on the bad knee. You strap it on. It's a 25-minute treatment. The first thing I noticed was a sensation of heat, which it has a readout screen right here that tells you, it counts down the 25 minutes, and it shows where the contact points are hitting you, which that's constantly changing. And it shows the temperature. And I noticed the temperature going up. And this was the temperature of my skin that it was reading. And then I got the sensation of like a sonic vibration. I felt something moving. And it wasn't the machine. It was inside my joint. I still don't know what to make about it, but I'm going to do it again today. I'm going to do it again today. Now, before I did all of this, I did a couple of deep knee bends, which I can still do them, but it hurts. I could still push myself up with my legs, but it hurts. And for what I'm going to be doing with these guys down on this 4th generational ground warfare, this is going to take a degree of agility that normally you see in a professional athlete. This is why ground combat is a young man's game. Because it's not straight line speed. It's not you sprinting. It's you spinning. It's you going down to the ground, getting up off the ground, jumping over things, going around things, going under things. mean, everything has to work. Every part of you. If you got one leg that doesn't work, well, that's slowing you down by about a third. So I need all hands on deck. So I put this thing on. "25 minutes later, when I took it off, I did the same deep knee bends. I did the same side-to-side bounding that I was doing, which is where you're basically jumping from one side and landing on one leg and pushing back off and landing on the other. The pain was diminished. Now, I'm not one of these people that gets out there and says, this is the miracle and the cure. But then again, because of my attitude, I've never tried anything like this. So when I tried this, and it worked, well, I did another 25-minute treatment. I did another 25-minute treatment. So I'm going to reach out to these guys, okay? I'm going to reach out to these guys. This is, I've never had my knee arthroscopically operated on. I've never had anything done to it. And I don't have a swimming pool, which would be a pretty decent form of therapy, although I don't know how it deals with inflammation and everything. It just makes me move without putting weight on my joints. But the reality is I don't exist in water, so I need to be able, whatever I'm doing, I need to do with a on-ground application in mind. So I'm going to keep, I'm going to see what I can do with this. And I know some of you guys out there, like me, are getting up there in age and everything, and you still want to be able to do what you do. I'm going to see if I can't make some sort of a deal with these guys. I'm going to try to get these guys on the show to talk about the machine. I believe it's the website, I think, is Willow MD. I wrote it down. WillowMD.com, like the weeping willow, WillowMD.com. It sort of puts me in mind of a TENS unit for a joint, if you want to think about that. Those of you who've ever been to a chiropractor, it puts me in mind of a TENS unit for a joint, because this was not making, I expected to see some twitches in my quadricep. Felt none of that. Didn't see any of that. I just had this sensation of my joint vibrating. This is why I only talk about guns. This is why this show is not about anything medical whatsoever. More to come from Willow MD.